Hi, it's Anna Jyoti, School of Fine Tuning, and just a quick invite for you to have a look at another tool I've got from Volsini. I've got some hot water here. I boiled the kettle and I put boiling water in here, but I've let it go warm. So it's warm, I can put my finger in it, it's not boiling anymore, because if it was boiling, I would burn myself with this tool. But this tool, when I saw it, I gasped. I was like, oh, I love it. It's basalt. It's a lava rock basalt carved Gua Sha needle tool. The nice thing is it's got lots of functions, even though it's so little. And it's just, and first and foremost, it is lovely and warm. So if you do take it out, if you can't hold it in your hand, and it's too hot, don't put it on your skin and don't put it on your client's skin at all. It should be, and you can always sort of check on the back of your hand or here, or just a little bit here, but if you can't hold it, it's too hot to handle, do not put it on your face. Anyway, this is warm and so lovely. Now the thing is, I wouldn't necessarily do all hot on my face. I wouldn't choose to do all hot on my face, but I would choose to do hot and cold. And the therapeutic benefits of hot and cold temperature create a vascular pump. So you get the vasodilation of the hot and the heat of the stone, and then you get the vasoconstriction of the cold. And with the vasodilation and vasoconstriction, it creates this vascular pump which amplifies and increases blood flow even more. And also you've got the penetrating 10 times deeper of the heat from the stone, rather than, I mean, you know, lots of massage is great. We love it. We're loving all the facial massage, everybody. Sorry about my fire crackling very loudly in the background. We're loving all the facial massage from everywhere. I love it. I really love it. But this, when you've got the heat, it penetrates really deep into the muscle, creating that vasodilation and warming and relaxing and bringing fresh blood flow to the area. What else I've got here, I'm just going to shut the door because my whole family have come down. The dogs, you know, I chose to do a video because the dogs have gone out for a walk, and now I've got my teenage and my husband. Just one second. But here I've got in ice, I'm not going to tip it up because it's got, let me just see if I can get this way. This has got ice cubes with a bit of water in it. And so I'm just going to blot it because otherwise it's going to be freezing cold. Let me just blot it. Got a little thing here. So here, this is a rose quartz Gua Sha tool that's been on ice. So the hot and cold is nice. So you could be doing some scooping, some nice scooping around the rosorias here underneath the zygomatic arch is really nice. You've got this end point. We love this end point for our stomach 6 that I've told you about, large intestine 20. Great for when you do facial reflexology with me, that we do up the ascending, across the transverse, and down the descending, and out towards the rectum and anus. So it's good for getting really precise points, lots of acupoints all along the brow. You can just go along the brow, great for headaches. I've been doing some facial acupuncture on myself today, so I can just go along under the brow here to be lifting. That's nice. And with the heat, it's just great. And then we can soothe over, oh my God, it's cold. That is cold. Soothing over. And so what you could do, say for example, you've got tension in an area, You can do hot application. Hot application, that actually needs to go back in the water a second. It shouldn't take too long to bring it back up to temperature, but you do a hot application and then you do a cold application. I think if on me it's okay, but if I was going on a client, I just introduce with the back of my hand and then come on with the cold, just so you're not going like, on myself, I know what I'm doing. So love these. These are chilled. It's so nice when they're chilled. I do love it. But that should be, yeah, that's better. It's warmed up. Just block that here. So I'm doing a warm, oh, that's warm already. Warm, warm, warm. So all around these muscles, the masseter. And you can even work also, yeah, let me just finish what I'm saying. So you can do hot and cold, and hot and cold, and hot and cold. And we know, I've told you, the alternating of hot and cold temperature creates this vascular pump. What I like to do is end on cold, so that cold is the last. I haven't got any oil on my face either. I was so excited to tell you about it. I haven't put any oil on my face. So I would end on the cold, and then you can take it up to different areas. But again, if you're going to working with any sort of tension, hot and cold, this is called the Bud technique. What's his name? Bud Fisher? His name Bud Fisher? I haven't thought about him for ages. But this is called the Bud technique. You can even, sometimes you do it literally one following the other. But the hot and cold and hot and cold, this just creates a fabulous response for the nervous system. That is incredibly soothing. It's so interesting to feel it, the hot and the cold. It's almost like confuses the nervous system to just relax. It's like, what, oh, let's just relax. And so let's see what this is like. So yeah, the hot and cold together, so nice. Yeah. Super. So you've seen these before, you know, these are the Gua Sha tools. You can use these as precision tools as well along the brow bone. And I mean, I prefer underneath here, scooping. The scooping is nice. And I like this edge here that goes contours around cheekbones. But I think these really come into their own when they're chilled. So get it on ice and they really work even more magic. Draining lymphatic, working with the chilled temperature. Also, actually, the hot and cold temperature not only increases cardiovascular, not cardiovascular, but vascular manipulation, but it will also work to improve the lymphatic flow as well. What was I going to show you? Oh yes, so if you wish, you can also work this gorgeous heat into your neck. I mean, you can use your normal stones for this as well, but I just like that it's shaped. I like that it's got the edge and the scoop. You can do, it's actually got quite, it's from Volsini, by the way, and it's got a bit of a sharper or a pointy, like a nice sharp edged tool. So actually you can work for Gua Sha to strip through and scrape through any adhesions, but then also you can work nicely up into the occipital ridge. Yeah, it's also, you could use it on the feet as well. Really nice to sort of incorporate into either Thai foot or your reflexology. You can be working that on the feet and in between the toes is really nice, and also working any points you could do, you know, when it's on the, I'll just show you as an example, but like on the liver gallbladder point, the gallbladder point, it's great. You can really get on point. Amazing. And if you were doing any adrenals, on the feet, you can work with the adrenals. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. I think it's just beautiful as well. You know what I'm like. I'm a sucker for very beautiful tools. So this is gorgeous. It's a really nice piece of kit, that. I always just want to have this with me all the time. I do carry pieces of Gua Sha with me all the time, but this is something really beautiful about this. And the fact that it's heated and warm. So if you're doing a hot stone treatment, or you've got your bag on, or you've got your tank on, you could chuck it in for when you get to the face, and wherever you can sort of just work detail. I need some oil here, but you know what I'm saying? So nice, so nice. It's a really easy piece to, oh God, that's right, that's really lovely right there. It's a really easy piece to handle. You can hold it really nicely, really easy piece to handle. Okay, thank you for watching. I love reviewing all these beautiful tools. I enjoy working with them as well. I mean, I love, working with my hands, and like I was saying, we love all the facial massage, we adore it. But I really love the application of hot and cold temperature on the body, and I really love the use of tools. So if there's any questions, just let me know. And if you want one of these tools, head over to volsini.com and you can get yourself a nice stone there. Lots of love.